inception, our first connection. For 9 months after that, we too craved confections. Watching you grow was a real reflection on the love that we would give from our heart's collection. Gonna teach you lessons, give good impressions. We'll always keep you close so you won't have to be down. Anticipation and excitement now part of the game. So how real is it gonna be just to speak your name? We're bursting at the seams, we can't wait to meet you. We thought of every way on how to possibly greet you. Your arrival complete, now we're watching you learn. We love the look on your face as we see the wheels turn. This is so real, and we feel quite tremendous. Sometimes I get sad when I know life will end this, cause I'm missing you. D, that's the name of a man that life to the minivan, the family. D-A-D, that's the name.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. So you're chilling today in the dad lab with Chuck and my man Jay. If you notice, his mouth wasn't moving earlier, and I was like, that was like almost like, that looked crazy, I'm sure, right? I was like, where is Chuck? I hear his voice. Yeah, that was nice though. It was funny. I was thinking like puppets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
the joke. But my man was invited today as a guest on Dadchop, so we could get his input on being a step parent. What that's been like, because he is a stepdad too.
You good.
Correct. So,
I mean, yeah. What can I say?
How's it been?
I mean, like I say, it wasn't something you study for. Or it's a test you take. It's,
right.
It's life.
Right.
It's been good. It's been good.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear, sir. Let's see here. So, how did you approach being a step parent? Like, was there anything you did special, or anything you didn't do in particular to integrate into the family?
I let them come to me. I let them get to know me first, and I let them judge if they want to be in my life or if they want me in their life. I didn't do anything different. I mean, I don't have kids, so there's no rules book that comes with this.
Right.
I just, listen, learn, and went from there. I listened to what they had to say. I didn't judge. I mean, what can I say? I don't know. I mean, it's something that I'm a human being first. I'm an honorable person first of all. So I just took all that in consideration when I talk to people. I want to treat you the way you treat me. They're young kids. We have different views on life. I know they don't see things the same way I do.
Right.
I wasn't trying to push my views on them. I just opened up to them, let them get to know me, get to know each other, and it's just been good, man. It just seemed to work out, They come to me and talk to me as if I was their real dad.
That's awesome.
And
well, I see you guys function, and the family cohesion is there.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome. It warms your heart, makes you feel all warm inside, right?
Absolutely. Like I told them, we got communication. I don't know what you're thinking. You don't know what I'm thinking. But if you tell me, and I'll tell you, we'll be okay. And that's just what it's been.
That's freaking dope. I'm trying to see if I can upload us on the screen here.
To see why you're talking?
So we can actually see ourselves.
I see you popping up on there. What happened?
So,
No, it's going to pop up. There we go.
Right, there we are. So, that way if anybody's in here with us, starts asking questions, we can actually see the questions.
You can answer the questions
Right.
too, okay.
Right. So, gives us an advantage here. Alright, well, just lay this down.
Like I can ask you the same question too. Like, how does it feel to be a father? There's no rules book. There's no rules that come with this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You figuring out things as you go along.
Right, and that's definitely the truth.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure, I think, for all my kids that I was like 100% there for them.
Mm-hmm.
And, through my story is that I didn't get that opportunity with a couple of my kids,
Okay.
and that didn't really work for me emotionally. But at the same time, it was the cards I was dealt. So
Right.
I didn't really know how to circumvent the law in order to get to them. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of roadblocks were put in my way, and I didn't get that opportunity with my other two children. I got that opportunity because I'm here with their mom, and
Absolutely.
I dove in. I dove in like head first, you know, and maybe I was a little overbearing because I was up in the library and I was
reading books and stuff?
volunteering. Right, I was reading books. They had even gotten to the point where they were asking me to make little online presentations and bring them to the library so that some of their other kids that might just need to use the computer be able to just upload the book and watch the video of the book. And so I did some storytelling for the school.
Yeah.
And then I went on every freaking field trip for both my children.
Yeah.
You know, and with my first two kids, I did not get that opportunity. I do know that, you know, things were put in place to prevent me from being able to go to school and things of that nature. So it didn't really work out for me in that aspect.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see them do choir, football, baseball,
None of the
cheerleading, anything they were into. I didn't.
But you
I
said
didn't
something.
partake.
You're right. I mean, cut you off. But
Oh, no,
you
you're
said something. I think that was it. Me just going to their plays and stuff, their school activities and stuff. It showed them that, you know, I was going to be there for them. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they opened up even more because I did the
Be
same thing. I
involved.
went to all these plays and field trips and stuff. You know.
Right, and I enjoyed it. Like
I did too.
I
Didn't
liked
have an issue
being
with
the
it.
dad that everybody would call in the afternoon and be like, "Hey, you know, I'm running late from work.
Pick
Can
up
you
the kids for me."
so-and-so,
Yeah.
right?" And then I bring them home and I give them a snack. I tell them to get on their homework.
Okay.
And then after y'all get off your homework, when
Right.
you're done, then you can hang out, get on your phones, play video games,
Right.
whatever it is you're gonna do. That then transitions this after school activity into a play date. You know, but
Right.
however it worked, I would just let that be the transition, and it worked out easy because the kids today are so self-sufficient. I laugh
Yeah.
because everybody says
Yeah.
that, you know, COVID did this whole thing with the kids. Man,
No,
long
they're already like that.
before that, before COVID hit, that's why they were accustomed.
You just
to
see it
being
more
online.
so during
Right.
COVID than you.
Well, right.
Yeah.
It's like this. Just like you say, you see it more so. Like we didn't see all these world events always
Yeah.
popping off, but now that everybody's got a camera on
See
their
it.
phone,
Yeah.
we see more
Can't
than
miss
we
nothing.
even
Yeah.
thought we were going to see in this lifetime. I'm sure. So it's the same with these kids. They were already accustomed to being on the computer, accustomed to being on Instagram, accustomed to being on Facebook. They were doing that already.
Right.
So when they got hit with, you got to stay at home, a lot of them didn't care because, look, I'm already ready to keep my face buried in this
Right.
device right here.
Already.
So I think that there was no transition for them in that. So I don't think that COVID really did any more than, like you said, just pronounce it more and make
That's
it
it.
so that you see
That's
it.
it.
Because they didn't have to go anywhere. You could stay right there. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think parenting through all this has been the hardest task because I try to keep the kids motivated to keep doing. Like my daughter, not so much because she's kind of in that grown-up phase where she's trying to do her own grown-up thing. But Tristan, not so much because he's more,
still young and he doesn't know what.
young, so
Yeah.
right. So he's like, there's no value in any of that garbage I'm learning at school. I don't want it. I don't need it. You know.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And I'm like,
He's
no,
still trying to
no.
figure it out what he wants to do. So,
Right.
you know, your daughter at that point to where she's like, you know, I'm past that. Now I need to figure out what I'm doing here.
Right.
So she's more headstrong than your son. Most daughters are.
That's awesome. I just want to make sure our audio was
You
correct.
hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. That's nice, man. So yeah, Tristan's definitely Tristan, and it's. I don't know if it's with him. I don't know if it's so much that like that privilege thing, like, you know, like he feels it's got to be given.
Yeah.
He's still willing to earn, but man, if he didn't have to,
He
he'll
would.
take a nap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or he'll just be on the computer.
Yeah.
If he didn't have to go do something, he's generally not going to make himself do it. But I won't say that either, I guess, because there are times if I ask him to do something, it's just going to be in his sweet time. Like, he'll get to it. He'll go do it. But it's not going to be right now.
See, it's not like when we were growing up.
Right.
You know,
You got
you
told
tell
to
your
do something.
son to go do something, you were told to go do something, You just went and did it because you knew what that mean. You mean to get done now, not when you want to.
Right.
So it's just different times where kids today have more of that privilege, like you said.
Right.
And I'll do it. You want me to do it? I'll do it first. Just give me a minute.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
A minute would be an hour and a half later, and they're like, man, a minute for me, even if I would have asked for the minute, would have been a literal minute.
Literal minute. You know what I'm saying?
Can I have a minute? I'm using the bathroom. Or,
Yeah.
Can I get a minute?
Yeah.
I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'll go do that.
Can I get done cleaning my room up? Then I'll go do this for you. But not give me a minute and.
Right.
And she asked me at 12, and her it was
Right.
5:30.
It's like 2 hours later, 3 hours. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the heck?
Different
Or even
strokes.
with dinner. I tell them dinner's out here, it's warm, it's ready to eat. I'm ready to eat my warm meal. Like, I don't have to have it hot.
So do you wait?
Like hot food. I eat. I don't wait for him.
Okay.
I used to wait. I used to do the whole, let's sit down as a family.
The family
all
eat.
And they don't want
But
that.
he's back there on the game trying to finish his last.
His sister's in her room doing something.
Yeah.
She'll come get a plate and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, she goes back to the apartment, like,
Yeah.
or the hotel room. There you go.
Now that reminds me of when we was a kid because sometimes we always eat together.
Right.
Well,
I always ate with my mom, but what we did was we had the TV trays. So we
Yeah.
set the TV tray out
Yeah.
in the living room. She put on the show that we were gonna watch, whatever it was, and then we just watched the show and eat dinner right there at the TV tray.
Yeah.
But we didn't necessarily have to set a table.
Right.
I have been trying to catch up on the table for about the last couple of years though, because
Get everybody sit down
everybody
at
was
once
divided,
and kind
right?
of
And people were in classes and more school and other school, and then you come home and then you come home, and you come home, and then
what we start to do?
you pull back out. So
We start doing things like this where every other day, every day is somebody's get to pick what we're going to eat. And if you pick what we're eating, you have to cook it. You have to prepare for it. So we started doing that. That lasts, a month until everybody start going back to their old ways again. You know how it works,
Right,
man.
right.
It start off good but doesn't end good. We start off my day I cook, his day he cooked, then one day he doesn't want to cook and no one wants to cook no more, then we ordering out, and you know how that works out, man.
I sure do, because my family, it's kind of the same in the same aspect, except for they'll get here, then it becomes this discussion that no one ever ends about dinner. Like,
What you want
to eat?
Yeah.
What do you want to eat? I don't know what I want to eat. Go ask the kids.
It goes on for so long to where somebody just has to say, you know what,
Somebody
just
just
order
has to
something, get
do
over it, man.
something.
If
Right.
not, we won't eat.
Right, because we're all him and Han. It's
I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want? You want chicken? No, I don't want chicken. What do you want? I don't know. It goes in. Yeah.
Sound good either,
Yeah.
Just keep boom, boom. Like,
Here's an hour and a half that went by, and you still haven't eaten yet because we haven't figured out what we're going to eat.
And then when we go out, then we eat, and then we all say the same thing. Man, we need to stop eating now. Cut back on
Hey,
eating out.
right.
Right.
But then when you cut back on eating out, and you're like, what you want to eat today? I don't know.
And you end up
What you
eating
want?
out.
Eat out, yeah.
Right. I think, was that last night? Yeah, as a matter of fact, that was last night. Because I made
Couldn't figure out what you
chicken
wanted
the
to eat.
night before, and then last night I said I was going to have a salad.
Yeah.
And then we ended up, Erica came home and she said, let's do Dion's. And I was like, Dion's salad.
There
There's
you
my
go.
salad.
There
So
you go.
I was like, sure, that sounds great. So then we just went with that. And, I don't feel like you can go wrong with Dion's. I like their ranch and I like their pizza. So had me.
I like the cheese pizza, man. The
Right.
cheese pizza's good to me.
And
So
then you get that extra cheese on it.
Yeah.
Man, they layer that bad boy up, man. I bit into a slice
the
of the cheese.
the
last
cheese
night.
be thicker than the dough.
Right. That's
know,
it was funny, and I showed because I bit it, and I said, "Man, did you get the extra cheese?" And she goes, "Yeah, I always get extra cheese." And I was like, "Man, this just seems super cheesy." And then she lifted up the cheese, which was a whole layer of deliciousness above the dough, and I was like, "Oh, that is on point." And then sometimes they underbake the pizza, like sometimes like
They be kind of doughy.
Right.
Only in the middle part is kind of doughy around the middle
Right,
part. I
right.
see that too. But what I
So
tell them is
last
this.
night they crisped it up,
Which is good.
Last night it was crispy, it was good.
But Chuck, what I tell them is this. So if we do the extra cheese, I say give me light sauce.
Gotcha.
Because when they put a heavy sauce on it seems like it doesn't
It
cook
takes
all the way in the
forever
middle,
for it to
and it's
get
kind of gummy.
Yes.
I can't take that.
And that's gross.
It really is.
So usually then I have to throw it in the oven. Then you got a whole pizza in there, and you wait an extra.
See,
20
I don't have
minutes.
time for that. I just cut that
Right,
half
you
off
know,
and just be like, I'll leave it there, and you
And
know.
then cook it. Whoever wants to
Right.
heat that up tomorrow,
Right.
put it in the toaster.
There you go.
It'll be good.
There you go. This
That's
part's
some
done. I'm
pizza
eating it right
bites.
now. Yeah.
The whole center.
Right, the whole center part
Oh,
be
shoot.
real doughy.
Looks.
What's up?
Sorry, guys. Got a couple of heads in here. What's up, Reg? How you doing, brother? DJ? That a popular conversation truly flows back and forth. Yes, indeed. It's my man Jay, by the way. For anybody that didn't catch that, Itchy Bond is on. So what's up? What's up? What's up? Dadchop, and welcome. You know what I'm saying? I just saw that flood of messages all of a sudden. I was like, I've been looking for y'all. We found you. So welcome to the Dad Lab today with dynamic astronomical dude Jay. That's how we get down.
Peace.
So, yeah, you know, I don't know. I think the whole spending time thing, I even tried to calm my family into games. Because, you know, it's like,
game night. Yeah.
right. And I'm like, and
Starts off good, though.
Right. Everybody's interested. Even when we play, like, the Let's Dance games and all
Yeah.
that, everybody's out there laughing
Yeah.
and trying. And then if you try
It
to...
doesn't last long.
Right. If you try to push that through the next night, they'll be like,
Nah. See
I
what I
don't
mean?
do that.
It starts off good, but you can't get another one in there. It's like, you know what? Maybe next week. Let's do it later or something.
Right.
Let's
play
keep it
Monopoly.
going. Let's keep it going.
Monopoly. All right, let's play. And then let's play virtual Monopoly. Nah, I don't really want to do the virtual Monopoly. I don't really like that game. I'm like, are you kidding me? So
we did game night the same way we did, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as cooking. We like, you pick a game one night, I pick a game one night, or we did it like that, you know. Like I said, it always starts off good where everybody picked their game, but we never get to a second
but you
turn.
never get to the certain night.
I mean, no, everybody get their turn, but it never happens twice.
Gotcha.
So once everybody get it one time, and then the second time is like, you know what, let's not do it this week. Like, why not?
Precisely.
That's how it is.
I understand. Well, yeah, I guess I get blown off the same way. Like, and it's not even, and it's crazy because then you feel like, all right, I know you have to have your own life. So I know you got to go do what you got to go do, but man, you're kind of making me feel a certain kind of way. Like, could you just go to the table with me for 5 minutes,
You know?
throw a couple cards, and then just go, okay, we're good, and then leave me.
But you know what? As they get older, that you're right. They're kind of, you know what I'm saying, branching away from you, doing their own thing. They don't want to hang out as much and do things.
Yes.
Because I can remember when Jada was young, she'd come home every day from school, sit in the room and ask me, how was your day? I tell her how my day was, so
Right.
she can tell me how her day was. This
Right.
was every day we did this.
Right.
Now, as she's gotten older, I hardly even see her
Not
anymore.
even happening.
You know what I'm saying? I barely get a hi, you know,
Right.
in passing.
I think it's kind of the same because Madison just left, and I didn't even know she was gone, bro.
Right, see?
So the dog came out of the room. I thought she was still back in the room.
No,
When I
she
went in
was
there to
gone.
feed the dog lunch, she was out. I was like, damn, I didn't even know she had left,
See?
man. So,
That's how it is. That's how it is.
man. Well, I think it's crazy though too, because I was just thinking of the fact that now that everybody's kind of growing up and doing this like their own separate things, it's giving me and their mom some time to hang out, which has been kind of cool. So we've been able to actually, like, we went to dinner the other night.
Do things together,
solo.
hang
I
out.
was like, that was kind of cool.
But do you sometimes feel like,
still
man, what
feel
am I
like
going
I'm
to do
leaving
now?
them out. Well, yeah, because, like, Tristan's 15. He still lives here.
Yeah.
So I'm inviting this dude. I'm damn near keep sweating him. Like, you know, you gonna
Right.
go with
You want
us,
to go with
you
it,
know?
and he doesn't want to go.
Right. Don't want to go. I'm like, man.
I go through the same thing. You know, let's go get something to eat. Nah, you guys go ahead. So you're not
Right.
hungry? You know?
Right. But then I tell him, don't come out at 10 o'clock tonight.
And say you're hungry.
And say you're hungry because I'm giving it. Look, last
Hey,
night.
go ahead. I'm
before-
at the tip.
last night before we got Dion's, he had been asking for a Snickers blast from Sonic for like 3 days.
Okay.
So, but every time he came and asked for it, it was like 10 o'clock at night. So I'm like, no, we're not doing that Monday through whatever. On Friday, if you want to do the Friday night thing, Saturday night thing, I'm
Good.
down. I'll hit Sonic up at 11 o'clock if that's what you
No
want. You know what I'm
problem.
saying?
Right,
I'll
right.
do it. But Monday through Thursday, come on, dude. School, take your butt to bed. We'll work on ice cream tomorrow at an earlier time, right?
Right.
So last night, his mom says, all right, I'll go ahead. I go out to her. I say, hey, would you get him his Sonic Blast? And she's like, no. And then she laughs. And then she goes and tells him, okay, I'm going to go pick up Dion. So if you want your Sonic Blast this run, grab your Sonic
Fast.
Snickers
Mhm.
Blast. No, I'm good. And he stayed laying down.
Oh, wow.
So before we weren't even having the ice cream, you've asked for this shit for 3 days, man.
Now you don't
And
want
now
it.
you don't want it.
I'm going to tell you about when I was young. If mom said, let's go eat,
Right?
and you don't want to eat, know what that means?
You ain't gonna eat.
And
You
if you wake up
prepared?
3 o'clock in the morning and hungry, you know what you're gonna eat?
What was prepared last night?
Okay,
Right.
no questions asked.
Right, not at all, because you understood the rules. I didn't stand
I
over.
understood the
slave over
assignments.
this. Right.
I understood the assignment.
Right.
Listen.
I didn't slave over the stove for you to tell me you don't want to eat.
You don't want to eat.
Yeah.
First
And
of
I
all,
worked hard to get it.
I don't get to say I don't want to eat. When she say
Right.
come
Oh,
to eat,
there
I
was
just
none of
got to
that.
eat or I lose weight.
Maybe when I was growing up, it was my friends that could do stuff
Yeah,
like that
I couldn't
in my
do
house.
that.
I couldn't even ask. What.
Whatever she cooked and put out there, you ate.
Right. My mom made what she called goulash every Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and if that was the spaghetti sauce, a pan of corn, shit, you know,
Whatever it was, you had to eat it.
right?
No
Piece of
questions asked.
cornbread,
Mm-hmm.
a slice of white bread,
It doesn't matter.
some noodles,
It doesn't
all
matter.
mixed together. Not the bread, of course. You didn't mix the bread,
Right.
but
Right, I know what you're
serve the
talking about.
bread
Yeah, I know
and
what you're
then,
talking about.
You could
Yeah.
eat whatever it was. Look, I had spaghetti peas.
You know what? I don't
And it
remember
was good
growing
food.
up even
It was
hearing
good
people
food.
saying I was allergic to this or I couldn't eat that because I was
right.
allergic. I never heard that growing up.
I only did because I had allergies to fish.
Okay.
Just a fish allergy. though.
Okay.
So that sucked for me because we did a lot of fishing growing
Oh
up.
yeah.
And then my granddad would come home, clean them. I
Yeah.
was out there for the cleaning and everything. I just couldn't eat the
Just couldn't eat
fish.
them. Okay.
So every time we had fish fries at Grandpa's house, which was frequent,
Right.
everybody's in there tearing up some delicious golden brown looking catfish, bro.
And you had McDonald's.
And I got McDonald's. I got a McDonald's hamburger. Now, mind you,
But as a
my
kid, that wasn't bad though,
right,
boy.
as a kid, I was thinking, hey, I still got McDonald's. On the flip side of that, my cousins are going, he's got McDonald's. And we got fish. And I'm going, wow, you guys got fish. And I got McDonald's.
But inside you go, look, I got
I'm going,
McDonald's.
right, inside, I'm like, fries,
Yeah.
this burger. And this was before they had nuggets.
Right.
Oh, there's Shane. What up, Shane?
Shane, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Shane?
But yeah, you know, I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I was rejoicing a little bit in that, but I was a little bit envious because, god dang, that fish smells so good, dude. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Grandma done cooked it up in the cast iron skillet. It looks great.
Right.
You know, it's all flaky and white on the inside. That'll make you hungry before you leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Just
look,
talking about it, man.
like I'm trying to tell you.
I ain't had no
saw it.
good home cooked fish in a long time.
I'm trying to tell you, brother. My grandma could do it, and I did take one stab at it once. I was like 23,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about 23, 24, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, I was home. Grandma made some fish. I ate that catfish
What happened?
like nobody's business, man. I swelled up like that. But I ate and I went to sleep. When
What's
I
up?
woke
Did you
up-
have fish? No.
Right, I was about 3 inches larger all the way around. My arms were all hived up, man. I looked atrocious, man. I was like,
man.
dang. And she just laughed. This boy done had an allergic reaction. She was on the phone with my aunt. And that's exactly how my grandma said, this boy done had an allergic reaction. Like, it was my fault. You know, I loved how my grandma could say some shit, make you feel a certain way
Yeah.
about yourself. Like, dang, dude, I just eating your fish. And
Right.
this is allergies. I can't
Right.
control
It
this.
ain't my fault.
That's right. I didn't do this to myself. So I had to dip out, go to the VA. They gave me an injection.
Injection,
and
yeah.
Yeah, I was squared up after that.
Cause I don't remember being allergic to anything, man. I'm serious. I can't
Grass,
think
trees, and
nothing.
weeds also. I always hated that crap because I go outside. Like one time I went out back and my grandma had these garden gloves. And I, did the thing. And then, kids, hand to face all the
Okay.
damn time.
Okay.
Man, I came out the backyard looking like the swamp thing. I had bubbles and lumps and stuff all over my face, and they were like, Charlie, what is that? And you know how you probably can't
So
feel
one
stuff,
guy hit the
right?
chores.
Right. So you can't feel anything, so you just kind of like, yo, man,
Oh man,
nothing.
I would love to see that, bro.
Yeah, it was not a good look.
You have a Kodak camera back then?
I'm sure. No, we had the Polaroids for sure, but yeah,
Okay.
nobody busted a picture of that. But had we had this capability,
Oh,
dude, I'd have been
yes.
viral.
Oh
I would have
yeah.
been a viral
Oh, yeah.
meme for sure. Like, what the heck?
In
happened
24
to
hours,
this
you'd be everywhere.
dude? Right? What happened to this man's face? Or this young boy's face? I said, good afternoon, friends.
Hello,
With a-
hello,
with a-
hello.
With a smiley face. Thanks for tuning in too, by the way, because every time y'all check it out and hit the like button. Even if we know one another, just hit the like, John, because that gives us that algorithm. And it's not many of you here yet, but one day,
Like and share.
I believe it will be, because you'll do exactly what Jay just suggested. Like, share, tell people about, and be right here on Dadchop. And like I said, you can be a mom on Dadchop. You can be a step parent on Dadchop. You can be an expecting parent coming to Dadchop. You can be a parent who hasn't even thought of having the baby just yet, but thinking about having a baby.
Baby, there you go.
Just come, because the bottom line is any insight we have is parental. Things we've experienced, and like my man said, there's no book. It used to take a village to raise a child,
Yes.
and our village has expanded to millions of people who could potentially contribute.
Yes, sir.
So, join the village. Come, be one with us. Right here on Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. So, I'm going to say, speaking of kids in fashion kills me, right?
Yes.
When we were growing up, Champion gear was boo-boo gear. Like,
Yeah,
that was like, if you wore Champion, you were broke.
But Champion gear was the
But-
closest you can get to looking okay in school without
Without
looking.
having to wear something from the Goodwill.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't really get name brands. The name brand we got was Champion.
Right.
And that was okay with us, because even though we know we couldn't get Azad,
Polo,
Polo,
what was that? Members only.
Members
Only stuff.
Oxfords and stuff like that.
Right.
But we still had Champion, and we know it wasn't top of the line, but you still felt like you were still in.
And that was still adequate athletic gear.
Back then, yeah.
And, you could rock that.
But look at Champion today, though. In today, Champion is like wearing Nautica or Nike.
Right. Shane says, "What's up with them wearing T-shirts of these bands they don't even know?" I know, right? But here's what's funny. Then you try to introduce that music to them, because I listen to everything.
Right.
So I listen to metal. So if I try to show my kids some old metal, something, or just rock, just some rock and roll, they'll shut me down. But then they'll go buy a Van Halen T-shirt. Man,
But don't know who Van Halen is.
Who Van Halen is, boy? Get out of here. You don't understand.
That's
Half
it.
a teacher.
And that's why they bought it for, because that's saying.
Got it, man. I'm half a teacher. But yo, I would be at Payless rocking Payless shoes, and I remember the rules, because my mom would always buy me the when those came out, they had that little pocket. You put some change in it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I put it like a quarter.
get your dime or something.
Right. Put some real small in there, and only one,
That's it.
because you're gonna tear the shoe otherwise. But
Do you remember the penny loafers?
I sure do. I
I
sure
used to put a
do.
dime in my penny loafers. man.
Right at the top.
Yeah.
Slide it right in there. And I think everybody, like, I remember a lot of dudes had like a little penny or
Yeah, something in there. Yeah, you got to.
Right,
You got to.
right. Like my mom always taught me, keep $1 in your pocket, right? Just keep
Right.
$1 in your wallet.
Just in case.
Right, and then whenever you eat black eyed peas, make sure you have money in your wallet. That was always one of her
Was it?
superstitions.
Eating black eyed peas, you have to have money in your wallet? I've
Right,
never heard
because
of
then
it.
it'll multiply your dose. So
Oh,
that was
okay.
one of her superstitions
All right.
when we were growing
Okay.
up. Like, so every Thanksgiving I made sure, because I'm going to have me some black eyed peas.
Makes me put $1 in my wallet too, so I can
So I can double
dump my money up real quick.
Excuse me. Wearing Johnny Cash t-shirt, so I showed her who Johnny Cash was, and she didn't like his music, so she stopped wearing the shirt.
Wow.
Wow, that's great. Oh man.
So
That's
she found out who
fantastic.
Johnny Cash was and didn't like the music, so
Right.
you ain't gonna
So
wear the
she
shirt
just
no more.
blasted Johnny. I'm Johnny Cash.
Sorry, Johnny.
Sorry, Jonathan. That didn't work out for you.
Send me a shirt, Johnny. I'll work.
Right? I'm like, hey, man. I think some of the funniest stuff though is the fact that when you try to show your kids any of the stuff that you grew up on,
They don't get it.
they don't get any of that. My son's into Yeezys, man.
That's it.
And I'm gonna just tell you right now, if you'd have said Yeezy when I was coming up, you'd ended up with one of these. Trying to
Right.
inhale, watch your ass was wheezing. They'd have been like, he's out of breath.
Yeezy,
Give him some
I
medication.
said Yeezy's not Weezy.
Not wheezing. Oh, because I'm trying to tell you, like, have you seen the Yeezys?
Yeah, I seen them. They're just
Did you see those sandal ones that are
Yeah.
kind of like I couldn't even find the sole. I said
There is no sole. It's just one piece.
Right. It looked like it was like a little rounded
Yeah.
piece that just kind of went underneath the shoe.
Yeah,
Like, how do you walk on
does.
that?
I mean, it doesn't have I don't know. It looks. I don't know. I couldn't. You know, I wouldn't.
The way the
I
top
would.
looked.
No, I wouldn't try some. Put some on. I didn't like them.
I didn't even understand it. It looked like
And I just did it because
the shell.
they're
of the
always
shoe.
talking about Yeezys. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I like to support Yeezys, but just I
But
couldn't support that
really,
though.
well, the fashion I'm not really about. Like what they're considering
Fashion, yeah.
I'm not really feeling the fashion side of that.
I like to support
Like,
them, but you know what I'm saying? I don't like that style. You know, and then what I'm paying for is too much for what I'm paying for. I can
And
make.
that's what I was
You know what I'm saying?
too is like the amount of money they want you to pay for those. And I was like, yo, I bought a pair of Crocs for $39, and I'm digging them, and I wouldn't spend $100 and whatever it was
For the
on
Yeezys,
those-
I think
for
they're
those
like two
Yeezy
something for
Crocs
the
or something.
Yeezys,
Right, it
yeah.
was like Croc
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, nothing special about them. Just it's just Yeezys,
look like weird sandals,
pretty much.
almost like little Roman foot, like remember them Roman sandals?
That's what I was looking for. It had
Right.
like look, just what you're saying right now. That's what it reminds me of.
Right, we'll step out into the backyard
Yeah.
with a trash can lid. Take me now! I have a butter knife and a trash can lid, and I'm back here pretending to be playing swords and shit like crazy.
You
Man.
got the suit on, you got the lid, you got the shoes on for sure.
Right? I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to say, fashion is what it is, man. I got a couple pairs of Crocs, and then I put the little gibbets, as they call them, in the Crocs.
Yeah, the different.
And I keep getting compliments on them, man. When I wear the yellow ones, people be like, "Hey, man, I like your Crocs." I'm like, grown ass men telling me they like my shoes. I'm like,
I'm gonna
"Word,
order,
go get yourself
Chuck,
a pair."
I'm gonna order me a pair of Crocs. I ordered some months ago. They just never
They
came.
just didn't come.
But it was a different style though. I think I'm just gonna order those. I'm gonna try
I
those.
was
And
gonna say, you can go through. Just look at that. Well, I went through Kohl's.
Kohl's,
For
okay.
us, we're at a 13
Yeah.
or bigger
At least.
Yeah, the 13 is the biggest I think it comes, but it's like 3 colors. So it was red, yellow, and white.
Okay.
And you have black in that, but that's through Kohl's. Now, if you go to like Champs or wherever, then of course you can
Yeah.
probably like
Get different
score.
colors. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I went through Kohl's because I used the first pair I bought just regular, and they were $49, and then the second pair I bought were $39, and I used my Kohl's cash and
Okay.
all that stuff. So,
Okay.
I
Okay.
was up in there like Kohl's it up.
Getting your cold on.
Right. That's it. Say, my man say he's correct. My children are 41 and 28 years old. Because I'm old. Keep being yourselves. They appreciate your ways 20 to 30 years later.
Yes, sir. You're right
You
about
are
that.
right.
You're right about
You are
that.
absolutely correct.
Right now, as a young kid, they're not getting it. But as they get
right.
older, you know what I'm saying, it'll start, you know what I'm saying, hitting them in the head where they
And they'll
get
be
what was,
thankful.
and we'll be thankful,
for
yeah.
what you gave them, man.
And what you were doing, and understand the things that you were doing wasn't that you were trying to be a bad parent or anything like that. They figure out, they get the gist of what was going on. And you know what I'm
Right.
saying, and get a better
Right.
understanding as they get older. Because we did too, right? You know, a lot of things my mother did, I didn't get it
Like
until
my
I got
mom
older.
smacking the crap out of me.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Up, man.
Right.
At that time, I wasn't understanding, but as I got older, I understood that what she was trying to do was instill discipline that society is not going to instill in you.
Absolutely.
And if you get out there and tear your butt, now you have to face the judicial system.
Right.
Whereas, you know, if we try to get that to our kids, they'll be like, I'll call CYFD.
I called cops on you.
Right? You bring me in my direction. I'm like,
Right.
like,
You can't yell at me.
Right.
This is my room.
right. I have emotions and feelings
Too, yes.
I'm like, okay, that's cool. You take your emotional feelings, and when you get out there and lose control, and your emotional feelings land you in jail with grape jelly, you tell me all about it.
You know?
Just like that HBO special back in the day. Okay, it's the grape jelly.
Grape jelly.
Tossing salad. Hell
I
no.
tell you what, your emotions doesn't pay bills around here, okay?
Nope.
So when they start paying
And it
bills
ain't
and
gonna
take
keep
care
you
of
out of trouble when you do something super ignorant.
either, so there you go. Figure that out.
I'm trying to tell you, man. These kids, boy. And it's so funny because they're great, and at the same time, they're so freaking spoiled by society as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, not even us
Yeah.
as parents.
No, it's society's doing
It's-
this, yeah.
It's like even at school, right? I'm supposed to tell my child about his attendance
How
per
does
the
it?
email that they tell me. But then when I tell him, they tell me he has to take up the attendance issue with the teacher because that's his responsibility. So
See,
it's not
I
even
don't
mine.
understand that.
And I'm like, I don't either. Because I'm like, you sent me the email, so clearly you want me to address it.
Right.
So I'm going to address it, and then I'm going to ask you or ask the teacher, what would you like for me to do in order to help you get his homework in or get this thing done?
Right.
And then when you have no response for me or you don't respond to my email, then I'm just out here in limbo, and then your responses from the principal through the staff is, well, your student is responsible. They should come to the teacher. Okay,
Oh, wow.
that's not really helping me get anything done because
But-
he'll go to the teacher, she'll tell him what he's got to do, and then he'll either do it or do it last minute and still be messing it up. And I'm like,
So
okay,
what's
but
the
if
whole
I'm
point
aware,
of sending me
I'm
the email if you don't want me to direct the problem?
Precisely. If you don't want me to help deal with it, why are you bothering me with it? Because in the end, it's my responsibility.
So one of the ones like, well, I told you about it. You should take it upon yourself to go to your kid and ask your kid about what he needs to be doing.
Right. Sorry, my man said we are the book.
Read the book.
Right. You're gonna say there's no book written for parenting.
Oh yeah.
You are
Yeah,
the book.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
dope. We
You're
are. You right. And
You're right. Thank you, sir.
Too.
You're right.
You're the book too. Shit. You're the novelist. Because you've written several series. Because you, my friend, have a lot of children. So
Right.
you have far more experience than we're sitting here talking about for sure.
Absolutely.
Down to grandchildren. I mean, my God, dude, you have a full life with Seed. So hats off to you as a dad too, because that's on the real, man. And the fact that your kids all call you and talk to you and come to Papa like that, to me, that's amazing, man.
That's how you know you did a good job when your kids still interact with you years later. You know, they have
Right.
their own family, but they're still calling in, checking on you, talking to you.
Right,
That's how you know you did a good job.
right. And dude's done it, man. So he showed me that, you know, you could be there for everybody.
Absolutely, man.
And that's the lick.
Yes, it is.
Let's see what time it is, man, because my man up. It's 1:35.
Oh, that came quick, didn't it?
It did, man. My man's got a boogie today. So,
Chuck, thanks for having me,
hey,
man. I
thanks
appreciate
for-
you, man.
Thanks for being here, brother.
Appreciate you, my
it.
dude. Always.
You're more
Anytime,
than
man.
welcome to come
Anytime.
back, 'cause
I will be
I
back.
really enjoy the
I'll be back.
the back and forth ability
Absolutely.
to be able to talk to you and talk to them and keep it rolling. But guys, we're gonna take off because I gotta let my man Boogie. This has been Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. Don't forget to go down below, subscribe, check us out, do the dang thing. You know what I'm saying? We got merch down there. We got the subscription link. We got the like link. So just like, subscribe, share, do it all right here on Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. Been in the dad lab. Peace.
2 times.
Can you hit number 2 on that? Or number 1, actually.
Oh, no. My eyes ain't that good, man.
I remember how I felt when each one of my babies was born. The amount of warmth and overwhelming love I felt was bar none. We as dads aren't always seen. So this is a global shout to all dads, dynamic, astronomical dudes. Being a parent is a privilege that we sometimes take for granted. What's up, Dad? D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, I tip my hat to the. We were part of your conception, our first connection. For 9 months after that, we too craved confections. Watching you grow was a real reflection on the love that we would get from our hearts collection. Gonna teach you lessons, give good impressions. We'll always keep you close so you won't have to be down.